Hi everyone, Phil Meyer here to show you how I did the America the Beautiful project. There are many different platforms, audio, visual, that you can use, but the two that I used primarily were GarageBand and WeVideo. Unfortunately, I can't show you my GarageBand. I did all the work on my old college MacBook, and for some reason today it's just working extremely slowly, so I can't show you the GarageBand portion, but I can show you all of the things I did in GarageBand through WeVideo. The reason I use two separate programs is WeVideo is an online video and audio editing platform. And when you have things online, when you put more and more video and more audio, multiple tracks into the same project, you can start to really see a slowdown of the processing and all that because it's online. And that's why I did all of my audio editing in GarageBand. So I'm going to show you basically what I did here in WeVideo. I would take a video, for example, this one of me playing the piano, and I just dropped it into GarageBand. And when you are in GarageBand, you'll notice that there's also this kind of visual depiction of the audio. Not sure what it's called. If anybody knows what it's called, please let me know, because it's kind of been rolling around in my head all day. And once you have the audio in there, it's really important, obviously, that we line all the audio up. So what I did was I created a rehearsal number, and I put it exactly right on 10 seconds. You can see that right here. The way you do that in WeVideo, there's this little balloon with the plus sign, and you click that, and that is how you would input a marker or rehearsal number or whatever. And so I put that at 10 seconds. So when I listen to a student's audio, I would hit play on their audio and I would listen. Okay, so that second note, bom, bom, that note right there is the beginning of measure 3. Everybody in the band has a note on the downbeat of measure 3, so I figured that that would be a really good kind of point in the music to use to line everybody up. So I'm gonna go back to where I hit that second note. It's right here. It happens right there. So I would take my video and I would, or in GarageBand, it would be audio. I would take that file and I would drag it so that it lines up perfectly with that, that rehearsal marker that we created earlier. To make sure that that actual articulation happens on time, it's pretty close. You can zoom in, and this is a feature that's also available in GarageBand. This little dip here was the end of the last note and the beginning of the next note. So this articulation is almost perfectly right on that rehearsal marker. So I'm pretty much done editing that particular person's file. I would then take another person's file and do the same thing over and over and over again to make sure everything lines up. Once I did that in GarageBand, I then exported all of those audio files into a single MP3. And that made things speed up quite a bit in WeVideo because I wasn't dealing with nearly as many audio files as I was before, and things actually were a workable speed. So once you do that, you take that audio. I'm gonna zoom out here for a sec. You're gonna take that audio, and mine is right here, and you just drop it in, right? And so I'm gonna delete this, this video of me performing on the piano because that work was all work that was done in GarageBand, not WeVideo. You take the audio track and you drop it into an audio track. If you need more than one track, video or audio, you just hit this plus sign to add a video or audio track. From there, I took the videos of the students and I muted them. And I'm gonna use the same video of me playing the piano right here. And I muted them by by clicking on these little these settings here, and I muted the track so the volume goes all the way down, and I tried to visually line up what I was seeing on the video to the audio track that I created in GarageBand. So if right now, if I hit play, all we will hear is the audio track that was created in GarageBand. So right there is where we would have our new rehearsal marker. So I would drag and drop that rehearsal marker to be right in line with that. Now I would watch closely the video that I have. I would turn the volume back up. I would mute the audio track, and then I would hit play to hear my video or to hear the student's video. Okay, so now we know where measure 3 is going to be happening. And then you have to click and drag. There's actually this moment here. Click and drag so that now that lines up with your rehearsal marker. So if I did it exactly right, the rehearsal marker is in line with measure 3 on this video and is also pretty much in line with, although it looks like it's not exact, but close enough that for these purposes. Now it's all in line, and then it should, if I hit play with all the audio on, it should pretty much line up. It's pretty close. I would do a little bit more in-depth adjusting and all that, but it's pretty close for this purpose. Once that is complete, then I would mute that student so that we're not doubling any tracks. And once they are muted, then I would resize the image by double-clicking on, I'll go back and show you, just double-clicking anywhere on the track, and this kind of page will show up. From there in WeVideo, I gave everybody the size 0.2, and it just makes it smaller, and you can put it anywhere you want by clicking and dragging. I did reach a point where I had to start making people 0.1 size because we ran out of space on the screen. And if you want it to be a very clean look, I did kind of a collage, just things are kind of thrown up there. But if you want it to be a very clean grid-like look, you can go, as detailed as giving the exact X and Y coordinates. And you can change that however you'd like. And so from there, oops, I didn't hit save. Here we go, 0.2, smaller video, save changes. All right, now I have a much smaller video, and then I could take another video and put it somewhere else and all that. And from there, I exported it. From WeVideo, it took a long time to export an HD version. It took about 8 hours, actually. That could be my slow internet, that could be the program just takes a while, but that's pretty much how it was done. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. If you have any suggestions for other programs, I know Audacity is a good audio editor, but I wasn't able to load that. My first thought was loading it onto my work computer, but I needed administrative access in order to do it, so I couldn't really do it. But if you have any questions or comments or anything, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. I'd love to see what kind of projects you're working on. I will tell you that even before that this whole thing went viral and went to national news even, the students, had a wonderful time. The parents saw the value in it. And it was really great to see the support from that end. And it just made it a really exciting project. I edited it. Hard word to say. I edited the video and audio as the students were turning things in, and they turned it in over a matter of like 4 days. So I took about 5 different days where I had several hours of work that I did. But if you wait till all the videos are turned in and you just kind of get in the rhythm of copying, pasting, cutting, moving, all that kind of stuff, you could probably get it done in a single day. But yeah, it's a pretty rewarding project, especially, something like America the Beautiful. Like, obviously we're in this crazy time with coronavirus, and It was great to see the students come together. This was not a required assignment. This was a totally optional thing, and a lot of the students were just really on board with bringing everybody back together. So I hope you have the same kind of success in creating a video like this. I hope you have fun doing it, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thanks.